What if you could get more of the Jimmy and Nath Show with Emma? You can with the podcast. Thanks to What If. You're only a what if away from great winter holidays. What If? It's Aussie for travel.
Podcast is on. In your ears.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, mate.
A giant yawn.
You're right.
Yawny.
You okay?
I never do like a quiet yawn.
Yeah.
I have to let everyone know that I'm doing a very big yawn.
Yawny and horny. That's your two moods, aren't they?
Probably,
If she's not yawning.
She's porning.
She's horning or porning. Depends on the day, really.
Yeah, that's true. Is it hard to get it done when you've got the kids? When you've got the kids floating
To
around?
get the job done, yeah.
Because you've got a 7-year-old who's very, able to
Inquisitive.
open doors.
Yeah.
He's very
You know what I mean?
able-bodied. Yeah,
Whereas
look,
Rafi is a small little baby.
except that now my 1.5-year-old can actually reach the door handle and he can just go. He can fling his hand on it and it opens the door.
See, the problem is I would say make your door handles higher, but then you wouldn't be able to reach them.
That's true, because I'm a midget.
You are.
Yeah, I
You're a
am.
tiny little person.
Just 5'2". But we have tried on occasion while the kids are preoccupied in the lounge room. You turn, their favourite thing on. It doesn't work because all of a sudden, Tino, our 7.5-year-old's like, Dad, come have a look at this lion. He's watching some doco. He's like, Mom, look at this.
He loves his animals,
Yes, okay,
doesn't he?
1 minute. And then you can hear the footsteps down the hallway on the tiles and you're like, oh, God.
Oh, here he comes. We're
yeah,
trying
and
to.
that's an instant mood killer.
We're trying to get busy.
We
Have you
are,
thought about
just
putting a
trying to.
child
I have
lock
to-
on your own door?
I can. I just had advice. Have you got a little an outside? I haven't been in your house. You got a little outside balcony area?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a
like-
balcony.
Lock them out there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
chairs and I get scared that
Oh,
they're going to
somewhere-
climb on the
just
chairs.
what I do.
Somewhere to
'cause
sit.
I know kids have a dog, right? And sometimes if I leave him in the house, but we're in the bedroom, I'll hear his little feet coming up the wooden floors, and
Yeah.
then he'll scratch at the door and he'll whine.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
he
that's
can-
a turn off too.
He can hear noises in there, and he thinks someone's.
He
in
wants to
Yeah.
save the
So he's
day.
like,
Yeah.
and that's a turn off. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Sounds like
Yeah.
babies crying.
so we put him out the back. So just put the kids out the back.
Or
I
okay.
feel
And
like
sometimes
maybe dogs will get caught
No,
on it if I
okay,
do that.
yeah, no, I'll help you even further because you worry about the chairs and stuff. Sometimes we worry about backs, right? So we just tie him up.
Oh, that's
That's a
good.
good
I'll
idea.
just tie them to
well,
the door
okay.
handle.
Here,
or-
here's another option
I don't know, mate, it's your house.
we are a solutions-based podcast, right? Solutions-based, so still using Jimmy's concept of the balcony.
Yeah.
Leave the kids inside. You guys root in the balcony.
Oh, that's good. That is thinking.
for everyone to see.
Yeah, but you're not interrupted by the kids.
Hey, you're both good-looking people.
Yeah, you
if
are.
I walked past and I didn't know who you guys were, and I saw you potting.
I am moving
I'd go,
house.
Wow, wow, what a great! I'd stop. I'd enjoy it.
I'd pick up some. I'd pick up some microwave popcorn
Yeah.
on the
I'd
way.
get my phone out so I'd have a memory.
And you better believe it, that'll make the Daily Mail. Finally, a good story. Jim, we've spoken about this on the show before, but just to remind Sydney, Jim, where would you like or how would you like your ashes dispersed or scattered once you eventually kick the booklet?
The bouquet.
The booklet.
Yeah, I was actually discussing this with someone again on the holidays. I can't remember who, but there is a company in Mexico
Yep.
that will turn your ashes into fireworks.
I thought you were going to say something else.
that too.
And cocaine.
Yep.
They actually do both.
They do?
They do both.
It's a
Really?
two for one deal.
Yeah, or you can have it as one. You can split it up and have both.
Yeah. I thought we're planning to go together.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of radio and the time of morning it is, I just want the fireworks. So yeah, you put my ashes in fireworks because fireworks, for those that don't know, they use a similar dust, I guess, to what your ashes are, and they go into the air, and that's how I want you guys to celebrate me. Celebrate my life. I
nice.
live, guys. I live.
Any
You
thoughts where you
did.
would like your ashes to be scattered?
I don't know. I feel like I'd want them to be scattered somewhere because I feel like putting them in a box and then burying them in a cemetery is you may as well just be in a grave.
It's a
you know
bit
what I'm
sad.
saying?
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably somewhere by the ocean.
I was thinking last night about, well, I've got two options I want to run by. This is where I want mine to be scattered. The first option would be quite difficult to do, so it's hard for you guys. You start planning now, guys. I'd like mine to be placed into the exhaust of Oscar Piastri's car in the F1. So as soon as he starts the Australian
do it.
Grand Prix, how fun would that be?
I mean, if I'm gonna
Lights
get-
out and away we go.
There's a couple of things there because Oscar's in his 20s,
Sure.
early 20s. You're in your early 30s.
Which means
So
we're going
you've
to go
only
pretty soon.
got- he's not going to race until he's 70.
Sure.
So
You've
maybe-
missed the 27 club as
So
well.
Yeah,
let's
that's
just say
true.
you have a long, fruitful life.
Yeah.
What's your second suggestion?
The second suggestion would be to turn myself into like a hot chip seasoning, and then you
Oh,
guys all
yuck.
enjoy some hot chips down by the beach. I think that'd be
I'll do it.
beautiful.
That's
Just
what you
over the
need.
top, mixed
Yeah.
in with some chicken salt. That'd be really nice.
You'd need a lot of chicken salt to make that taste good.
Oh, no, I'm half chicken salt anyway, mate, so don't worry about it.
You are what you eat.
The reason I bring it up is because Aussie celebrity, 85-year-old, he's 85 years old, Paul Hogan, if you don't know him, star of Crocodile Dundee, iconic Aussie, he has said where he wants his ashes to be scattered. I feel like this is illegal in a recent TV interview. He wants to return to Australia, and this is what he said when he was asked.
But there's only one place he'll ever call home.
I want my ashes scattered off the Harbour Bridge. Put that in my will.
He wants his ashes scattered off the Harbour Bridge.
Is that illegal?
It doesn't feel like it should be legal. I don't think you can throw anything off the Harbour Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, there's a lot of ferries and catamarans that go under there. I wouldn't want to be having
Yeah.
Paul Hogan's ashes falling on my head. But surely,
Imagine being on a ferry underneath and go,
what is that? What's that ash falling? This
tastes
dust.
like, that's not an ash. This is an ash. It's like, what is this? Thanks, mate. I'll move on. 131060. Jump on the phones right now. Where were the ashes scattered, or where would you like your ashes to be scattered? Michelle. Hi, Mish.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Good. Where were the ashes scattered?
They weren't scattered. One of my friends wanting to put her ashes in an hourglass so she can always be at game night.
Oh, that's great.
I actually love that.
That's very
Yeah.
good.
That is so
very
good.
good.
So you,
Amazing.
I love it too.
how often
Yeah.
do you guys have game night?
We're pretty regularly, actually.
And the games you're playing, they all involve like a timer?
Categories.
Yes, well, sort of, we mix it up. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be upsetting if you do a Monopoly or something. You know.
Doesn't
Yeah, well,
matter.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we could just flip the hourglass,
Yeah.
It's always a bit of fun.
It's a bit of a
Yeah.
centerpiece.
pressure on.
Yeah, and every
Put it
time
on
you
the mantle, put it in the
Conversation
coffee
starter.
table.
It's true. Yeah, every time you pass go, flip the ashes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my friend.
Draw 4, flip the ashes.
Sally's gone straight to jail. Hi, Charlie.
Hey guys,
Charlie. Yeah, you go.
you guys. Years ago, basically, I'm in the Navy and we were doing a scattering of ashes at sea. And as we're doing the ceremony, these ashes went over the back of the ship, and a big gust of wind basically brought the pile of ashes straight back up onto the crowd that was doing the ceremony on the back of the ship. So the veterans all live on through the crew of that ship.
Oh, my
Pretty special occasion.
No. So we're talking got in people's, like eyes and mouths and stuff.
There was a lot of ash that went everywhere, but basically a big gust of wind just hit it as it went off the back, and it came back over the ship. And a lot went in the water as well. So.
Yeah. But Charlie, wouldn't you know that, like working on ships in the Navy, like the wind can change? Did anyone think about it?
We did learn a lot about it, but there's a vortex at the back of the ship as the ship slowly moves through the water, which no one had really expected how that would work with the ashes.
Yeah.
He knew. That's what he was.
He's like, sucked in, guys.
Amy.
Suck me in, guys.
What? Amy, does someone in your life know where they want their ashes scattered?
Yes, my mum actually wants to have lines of Linda and be snorted.
Lines of Linda.
Linda lines.
That's so good. I
Have a few-
love that.
Have a few beers at the pub. Should we get some Linda? What do you reckon?
Trending now with Emma Chow.
Scooter Braun just did an interview claiming that everyone won in the Taylor Swift Masters War. So he's essentially saying that him buying her Masters and like technically ruining her career actually reinvigorated it. Have a listen.
We ended up selling it to someone else because she didn't want us to have it. We did very well in that sale because we bought it at a really great price and the value of Masters went up. She had announced she was going to do re-records. So people were going on and they were A-Bing them. They were listening to see how much they sounded like. So she did incredibly well and basically had the biggest moment of her career, reinvigorating her career with each one. It was brilliant on her part.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He made a bucket load of cash.
No, but also I love that it still comes back to, well, if I didn't do that, she wouldn't have been able to reinvigorate her career like you. Really dislike that.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't love him.
Yeah.
He doesn't do management or anything. Have you watched any of these interviews he's been doing?
What does
No,
he do
I haven't. He did Diary of a CEO, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
watched
was that one like?
I mean, he tries to everything in his career. He tries to rewrite the narrative that he was because even the Taylor Swift buying thing, he's like, I was buying them to become friends with her. I thought I'd buy them and she'd call me and be like, Scooter, I can't wait to work with you. And he's like, I didn't realize she wouldn't like that.
Okay, so he's trying. Is it what trying to protect himself a little bit here? Is he?
Yeah, it's
Tell
like,
his side
hey,
of the story.
what's he doing though now?
I think he's got a bunch of money from.
He's got a bucket load of
Yeah.
cash. so
Well,
he's
yeah, but I
probably
think
done.
Bieber owed him
Owes-
like 38 million or something like that.
He'd still have
But-
plenty of investments out there, but I don't think he's not doing or pursuing it anymore. Like
Apparently, the Bieber thing's paid from Hailey Bieber's.
$1 billion road
She
sale to
apparently
Elf
paid
Beauty.
it. Yeah, right,
So
okay.
he
Allegedly.
He lost Bieber, Ariana Grande. I think Demi Lovato is no longer being managed by him as well, and he's divorced his wife. So I don't know. There's something about Scooter Braun.
He also said that he managed Kanye for a bit.
Oh yeah.
So he
you should go back there.
He managed he managed Kanye when he bought Taylor Swift's masters, and he's like, I didn't know she wouldn't want to hang out.
Oh my God, this guy! Are you kidding? But he says it all in such a measured way. That he almost gaslights you.
Yeah, I was watching it going.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, I felt so gaslighted by that. Like, I'm listening to that thing that we just played, and I went, oh, poor Scooter.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah. And finally, Gwyneth Paltrow has played marry, F and kill between Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law and Timothy Chalamet. So this is a fan question that she answered on her Goop Potty. Have a listen.
Okay, I would marry Robert because we would just laugh so much and have such a fun, weird life. Who am I gonna you guys, Jude or Timothy Chalamet? That's very tough. I mean, I guess I have to say Jude only because it's like robbing the cradle, really, if I do it with Timothy.
I totally agree with that.
I would agree with all of
I
that.
totally agree with that.
Although you could switch Jude and Robert Downey Jr. You
Marry
could
Jude.
Marry Jude.
I'd be happy with either of those two doing anything to me.
But
you know what I
either
mean?
way,
But
I
Timothy
think
Chalamet.
Timmy just gets tossed
Yeah, he just
aside.
looks like a child. I'm sorry.
He does look. I think he's a phenomenally talented
He
actor,
is.
but he is
Well,
one of
why'd
those.
you marry him?
No, but like he's just very a kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he looks like a kid.
That was the thing. Have you guys watched the Bob Dylan one he did? Which I think is great. But every
was
now and
amazing,
then I was
yeah.
watching it and I just went, he looks like a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. He looks like a baby.
Yeah.
He's a typical kind of like French weedy kind of
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Small, wee wee.
Yes.
Whereas Jude Law, I think
He is in the Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh,
that
yeah.
movie is.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
she's in as well.
And The Holiday
Which she's in as well.
Yeah.
I'd give up everything for Jude Law.
He's
Your
pretty
wife.
Hey,
Your wife.
who?
hot. Boys, how polite do you think you are on a first date? Like, do you think that the woman would walk away being like, oh, total gentleman?
Yeah, I'm very polite.
Yeah.
That was instilled from me by my dad and my poppy very early on.
I think
We've discussed this on the show. We're big door openers, big offer of things.
I love, putting the effort in as well. But I think it also is detrimental at times because, like, even if a date is going poorly, I'll still be polite and still be nice. And then, like, they're probably getting and they have. In the past, I've had dates where women have gone, this guy's a catch. I want him. And I'm like, no.
I'm not into it. Yeah,
No.
that's the thing. You can't break the veil. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
'cause I want to
'cause
keep being nice. Even if I don't like them, I'm
even
not
if you're
going to
not
start
into
being
it.
rude.
I totally agree.
Well, there is a mark of a true gentleman, and I wonder whether you are going to get this correct or not.
Okay.
So there's a video that's gone viral, has been viewed 5 million times. The comment section is popping off. So it's at a restaurant. Okay, it's a pretty unassuming video. Someone's just sitting there and they're filming people sitting in a restaurant. So it's a classic booth arrangement. So you've got like one person that sits on a comfortable kind of lounge-like bench.
Oh, yeah.
And the other person on the other side sits in a regular
It's a
dining
normal chair. Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So the clip shows 3 couples. So 2 of the couples, the men are sitting on the chair, and the women are sitting in the booth section, and the other woman is sitting in a dining chair, and the man is sitting in the booth.
Sure.
Yeah, women always sit in the booth.
Yeah. Or I don't sit down until they sit down. So it depends where they want to sit.
Okay. Okay. So
let them have the choice
So
because
Nate,
it's
you're saying the choice.
because sometimes like I would judge the chair not necessarily on the comfiness of it, but the view from where you're sitting.
This is the other thing because girls like to see
'Cause
what's going on.
Perfect example is me and my wife went to that Olympus restaurant
Okay.
in Redfern, which is beautiful. It's this beautiful Greek restaurant, which is stunning. And they have those seats where there's one where it's like in the booth or one that's a chair. My wife picked the chair one because she had a better view of the entire restaurant, wanted to see everything.
Okay. And Jimmy, do you always go for like let the girl have the comfortable seat?
I always let the girl have a comfortable seat. And because I think in my history, whether it be my current partner or any girl I've dated, 99.9% of them want the comfy chair.
Sure.
So you just give it to them. So you just go
Makes
for
sense.
the shitty wooden chair.
Yeah.
But then I think the woman always wants a comfy chair, 99.9%. But then once the woman sits down and looks at the situation and goes, hang on, you might have a better view or there might be something better, then they will want to change. And then I'll go, all right, do you want my seat?
So you do a mid-meal swap.
Go default it, not mid-meal, like still, we're talking early doors.
Yeah,
but
you're still looking at
default
the
is
menu.
give them the comfy, then they may go, hang on, you can see something cool, let's swap.
I'm very proud of you both.
This
good.
is the only thing where I get into some dangerous territory here, and because having just come back from a holiday, the only issue that Meg and I have where she doesn't get the good seat is on planes. Because if we have an aisle and a middle, she will always give me the aisle because I'm so incredibly uncomfortable in a middle seat. I hate a middle seat.
Okay.
I feel claustrophobic.
So you make her squish.
Bigger.
Or she
And 'cause I'm
sacrifices
bigger.
herself and squishes in the
She
middle.
sacrifices herself and puts herself in the middle.
Back to the comfy chair thing, right?
Yeah.
I know that Nathan and I give our girls and any girl we've ever dated the comfy chairs. And I know this to be fact because when Nathan and I go to dinner together and it's just me and him, and we did that on the day before we went on holiday.
It's the same
Me and him,
I forgot
we went
about
to
this.
a lunch.
I forgot about
and there
this.
was a booth on one side and chairs on the other.
So who got what chairs?
We both sat in the booth.
Oh, like a couple. Did you hold hands and touch each other's inner thigh?
Yeah, because we were like, we never get to booth it up.
Yeah.
So we're the booth boys.
Well, it's true. We
I
walked
love
in.
it.
It was this beautiful steak restaurant in the city, and we walked in, and there's the same thing. There's the booth and the chair, and Jim and I look at each other, and we just kind of both rushed for a side, and we both sat next to each other, and the lady came out and like, what are we celebrating, happy couple? Speaking of people who we absolutely adore, Ed Sheeran is one of those people. And he announced earlier this week that he's coming back to Australia for the Loop World Tour. Jim, you and I, we were very lucky to be able to ask him one question. So how this worked, we played this yesterday, but if you missed it, we got to go to like what would you call it? Like a special Q&A/press conference
It's like
kind
a
of thing?
media Q&A.
It was like a media Q&A.
I think at Ed Sheeran's level,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like he'd be up there with like the biggest artists in the world, of like
Easily.
the Beyoncés, the Taylor Swifts.
Yeah.
So like, you know, sometimes we chat to people on the show, like they come in the studio or maybe via a Zoom thing or whatever. This was Zoom, but in a room where everyone got one question.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's so big, he's not going to go chat to everyone individually. Has no need to. But still did it anyway.
And the one question we got to ask, and thank you to Jim for being the person to ask this question, was to get Ed Sheeran to deliver a message to my wife. Because 18 months ago when we got married, I promised my wife that I would get a message from Ed Sheeran for her using my contacts, which I thought were quite reliable, to play at the wedding. I failed to do so. So 18 months later, we thought we would get a message. We did get that message from Ed, and yesterday we played it to me. I promise you something that ever since you've been asking where it is, it hasn't happened, and I just want to let you know that I found it. Have a watch and have a listen to this.
Hey Meg, I hope you're having a fantastic wedding day, and I hope that your marriage is long, fruitful, and full of non-arguments and fun times.
Is this an AI joke?
It's real,
I promise you.
They did this last time with Coldplay, and this isn't funny.
I promised
my name.
Yeah, they're at the end saying, oh my God, he said my name. Now, a lot of people have seen this. Again, as Jim said, you can see it on the socials at the Jimmy Nath Show. A lot of people yesterday at the gym and around said, oh my God, surely you've got one up on Meg now. Surely you're owed some stuff now. You got brownie points. And I'm walking around all day yesterday being like, oh, I am king.
The man.
I am king shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I came in, the girls like, oh my God, has Meg admitted to owing you one? And I went home and I was like, Meg, how good's this? She goes, oh my God, loved it so much. I was like, yes, guess what? You now owe me one. She goes, absolutely not. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, all this does is level the playing field. When you're that far in front, you know what I mean? It's 10-0. Yes, that was a 10-goal goal, you know what I mean? But all it is even now.
That's so funny. I love how much she keeps you on your toes. You thought you're in the green.
I thought.
You've only just.
I literally walked in the door and I was like, we are on here. You know what I mean? Light a candle, darling.
So you didn't get lucky off that?
But I still got lucky.
What if you could get more of the Jimmy and Nath Show with Emma? You can with the podcast. Thanks to What If. You're only a what if away from great winter holidays. What if? It's Aussie for travel.